Hello, I'm Julio, and in this video I want to show you how you can quickly pose your character in Zbrush, okay? This process implies that you have the character in Maya ready and everything, just ready to export to your engine, and you want to pose your character, okay? So you have all your materials are set here, like I can show you. All my materials are here, and I have all the UVs of the character. Okay, everything is separated in different materials. So, for example, this ID here, I can select it. Okay, or this other ID here. I'm just using a script here to select, the faces of the certain materials. Okay, so I have all my IDs set, and I want to post this in ZBrush, okay? So the big problem here is if you export this to ZBrush and you re-import it back, you're gonna lose the material assignment. And it's gonna be a pain to reassign everything again, especially if you have a bit of complex set of materials, like maybe, I don't know, for example, you have in the eyes, you have occlusions, like in different layers for the eye, or in a certain place of a certain part of the model is composed of different materials, so you cannot separate those elements easily, so it's gonna be complicated. So what we want is to bring from ZBrush only the pose, not a new model. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna export this, export selection. I'm gonna override this one I have here as OBJ, okay? You can try to use, if you want, FBX, but I never had really good results with Maya and ZBrush with FBX, okay? I personally, I have found that it works much better to use OBJ files. Okay, so I'm gonna go to ZBrush, and then I'm gonna import the model, okay? It was called commit base, okay? So I have here, when you have this dialog, just click quads and triangles. Okay, now I have here the model. Now I'm not gonna do a complex pose, of course. Now this is the purpose of this tutorial, is just to show the process. So let's do very quick this thing. Okay, one thing that is very important, when you import the OBJ file, you have to pay attention to the name of the subtools. This is the name that we brought from Maya. So we have to rename this thing, and this step is very important, okay? Let's call it pose 1. This is important because now we are going to export this and import it back into Maya, and if the name is the same, it's going to overwrite what we have in Maya, and we don't want that. Okay, so pose, export, and I'm going to overwrite this one I have already here that is called pose 1. Okay, yes, export. Okay, pose 1. Yeah, I have here the overwrite dialog that is doing. Okay, save. Okay, 1 second. The overwrite dialog sometimes will do funny things. Like, you see, it's trying to. Okay, let's try. Let's call it another name, and that's it. Pose 1 without underscore. So we don't have the overwrite dialog. Okay, so let's go back to Maya, and now I'm gonna import that thing. It was here in 3D temp. Pose 1 without underscore. This one. Okay. So this is what we imported. Now, as you can see, this thing is what I was commenting before. This thing doesn't have the materials. Now, all this, if I select the IDs, for example, of this, as you can see, everything has the same ID because everything has the same material. So I will need to reassign all these materials to the proper faces, and this is totally a pain. So I don't want to do that. Now, what we are gonna do is select this new mesh, the mesh that we imported, our mesh, and with Shift press, I select both. Okay. So first the imported, this is important, the order, with Shift press our mesh, and then I'm gonna go here to the form, and I click blend shape. Okay, just like this. Now when you go to your let's hide this one. Let's go to our mesh, and you will see here in inputs, you will see this new node here, blend shape 1. Just click on it, click on the name, and now with mouse, middle mouse in the viewport, you just scroll left or right, and you will see that the value changes, and it's basically blend shaping our model to what we did in Zbrush. With this, of course, you can do the full pose if you want, but we can expand this if you want with more poses or more tweaks here in this model. For example, I'm gonna do very quickly, again, just a quick pose, just like this. And then I'm gonna, oops, before exporting, remember, change the name. If not, you will have problems because when you import the mesh, it will overwrite what was before. So export this thing. I'm gonna call it pose2 without the underscore, so we don't get the overwrite message. And then we go back to Maya, file, import. You can also drag and drop into the viewport, pose2. Okay, now you can see. Now, one thing that is important, this blend shape, before you do what we are gonna do now, make sure that this is in 0, okay? If it's in 1, sometimes, sometimes it will give you problems, okay? So put it in 0. Now, let's hide the other one, which was the, okay, it's already hidden. Okay, so this is the new one. Okay, now let's click the new one, then click the our original. Okay, and again, let's do the form, blend shape. Now when we click, let's hide this, we click our original, you will see that there is a new node, blend shape 2, and here you just do the same thing. Okay, so you have the extra element. You can, keep combining different and create different poses and everything. And the cool thing about this is that the model stays exactly the same. It will not break anything on your model. All the materials are good. Everything is ready to be exported to whatever engine or wherever you want to show the model. Okay, so hopefully you learned something today. See ya.